All right, hey, what's up, guys? It's Jamie. Driving home. I gotta get this. Oh, where's this thing? I gotta get this bolt for this table on the way home. The bolt. I got a table on Facebook Marketplace. Maybe I'll throw a picture up of it right here. I just needed something. We're renovating the kitchen, and we had like some fold-out table, and it's been there for weeks. So I was like, let me just go buy something inexpensive that looks decent. In the meantime, I got it for like 200 bucks. 200 bucks. And then of course I couldn't go get it. I didn't have the time to get it, or that's an excuse. Or I hired somebody from a company called YouShip to I'll put that up here too, to go get it for me. And you kind of like throw out your project, like what needs to be picked up, and then people bid on it. You know, you can make an offer, say here's what I'll pay. It's pretty good. I've used them a few times, or actually, you know, a dozen times or so, and it's worked out pretty well for me. Anyway, what I want to talk about briefly on my way home, I'm not cool, but the shades keep the sun out of my face, out of my eyes. I had a comment. I mean, I'm not world famous or anything, but I get a couple comments. I try to answer everybody. I prefer to do a video. It's a lot easier. But, you know, the premise of this is for the kids and for people trying to learn something from somebody maybe more on the same level or common ground. When I see super successful people, I love them. I love to learn and listen. But sometimes some of the stuff is a little bit out of my reach. Like, you know, Grant Cardone, who's a billionaire, who wants me to buy a 400-unit apartment complex. You know, right now that doesn't seem like it's in the cards for me, you know. Hey, maybe someday, but just not right now. So I had somebody make a comment about option when I said, hey, I trade options. And they were like, you know, you should say that options aren't for everyone. You know, you should say that. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I guess I could say that. That's not a bad thing. I can definitely say that to somebody that is thinking about trading options. It isn't for everybody, but neither is red meat. Neither is smoking cigars or jumping out of airplanes or riding in boats. Some people don't want to ride in boats. So everybody has their opinion and perception of certain things, and they have their prerogative of what they want to do. I am merely sharing my opinions, and it is not financial advice. It's just an opportunity to consider some of the things I've done right and wrong, and you can kind of do your own due diligence. And if you're one of my kids, certainly you know I love you and I want what's best for you. And if you're a young person, or even somebody, an old man like me, or an older person, I don't want to say an old lady, then obviously I don't want you to fail. I mean, I want you to succeed. But this is just one stream, a revenue stream that I found that works for me. Options aren't for everybody. So you should be careful, because if you are trading options, there's lots of people that offer courses. Some are free, some you pay a price. There's a lot of information out there that you can learn how to trade options. But I sell covered calls. I collect premiums weekly or monthly, which generates some money. And, you know, occasionally I'll buy a call and occasionally I'll buy a put. Those don't generally work out for me. But I have gotten better over time, but it doesn't mean you should do it. It's just a matter of risk management. If you're going to buy or sell options or puts, then you just got to know that there's risks. When you drive the car, like I'm driving a car home right now, and obviously you don't have my undivided attention on the camera. This is me just kind of thinking out loud, but there's hundreds of cars out here, coming and going, slowing down, cutting people off, right? So you got to pay attention, and there's risks out here. I could say, no, this is too risky, this is too dangerous, but I have to take some risks to get to work. I have to take some risks to get where I need to go. It's a part of life. So you don't have to trade options, but if you're trying to find ways to make your money work for you, it's a consideration. If you manage your risk properly, and if you learn before you just jump in impulsively and make a hasty decision that you may regret later. It's a lot of things that we do in life, a lot of things that we jump into because it looks or sounds great and it doesn't work out so well. One of the things I'm doing, I told you guys about my business partner and dear friend John out in San Antonio, Texas, who comes down here fairly regularly, and I haven't been there in a while, but we've been looking at a 27-acre land deal, raw land that I thought was dead, but it may potentially come back. That will be an awesome project to document. Also working on some midterm rentals and something called the Triangle, which is Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, that area. It's basically, highly populated. There's some hospitals there. We're looking for some real estate stuff. And anyway, I'm rambling on here. The point is John and I just opened a Toro Business, and I'm not going to give it away yet because I'll do a video on that. But I'm going to document that and how I take a car from one car and hopefully build it up. Initially, we're going to go for 10 cars. We want to have some in Boston and some in San Antonio and go from there. There was a video I watched. Oh man, what was his name? I'll put it up here. I can't think of his name, but it was a video I watched. I know the guy's name was Brandon something, and he's like the second largest Toro guy in the country, and he's in Arizona. And man, that video was awesome. Maybe I'll link that video down here. I loved that video. It made me, I was like, hey, I already been talking about doing it, but now I was like, let's do it. And John's like, come on, let's execute. So I incorporated today. I'm waiting for my EIN number from Massachusetts. And then, we're going to get a couple cars. And we're going to start out with, I think, 2. And I'm going to document that process. So Toro is not for everybody. There's lots of businesses and ventures that you're going to go out there.
Warning in about 17.5 miles from current location.
That may not work out. I could lose money. I could lose time. But I'm willing to give it a shot and document how much money we make from it for the investment from start to finish, like from what it costs to incorporate to how we got the cars to how much, when they get booked, to the maintenance and upkeep and all that kind of stuff and headaches I'm sure we're going to deal with, just like with short-term or mid-term rentals or long-term rentals, for people, which is another way we make money. I mean, I haven't done any short-term rentals, so I shouldn't say that, but that's what I'd like to do as well. So there's always risks that we're going to take, but otherwise you might just do one thing and one thing only, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm trying to scale. I'm trying to get diversified and have other ways to make money. So I know I got off topic a little bit here, but yes, my friend, you're right. Options aren't for everybody. So be careful out there. I don't want anyone to get hurt financially, spiritually, physically, mentally, but sometimes pain is part of the process to make you a better person. And you might come out on the other end a little bit wiser and stronger, even if you fail. Don't be afraid to fail. I'll see you guys next time.